short north. I also own two other restaurants. One is Asterisk Supper Club in Westerville, and the other one is Sunny Street Cafe, also in Westerville. We've been open for a little over a year here. We serve ramen and rice bowls, so come check us out.
And my name is Joshua Cook. I'm the executive chef here. Megan and I worked on this restaurant for a little over a year up in Westerville, creating through trials and tribulations and fun and exciting Japanese-inspired food and cocktails here at Ampersand. And we hope you come join us.
We're in our Tatami room, and Tatami means mat in Japanese. So I wanted to create this room because it's really intimate. I wanted to create this cool room here in the short north, but we can fit up to 6 people. I modified it a little bit so you can see it's not completely where you're Indian style on the floor. It's a little more comfortable. You come here for a date or like have a birthday party with a group of people, and it's great for social distancing.
A lot of times if we get bigger groups, a lot of them will share a lot of the small plates and then work their way into a ramen or a rice bowl. Usually we sell a lot of sake as well, sake flights and cocktails. And then we have tons of great Ohio beers and Japanese-inspired cocktails.
We love ramen. I grew up on ramen. My dad is from Guam, so it's very Japanese-inspired on the island. So we decided to master ramen. So we worked on the menu at Asterisk, actually, for over a year while we wanted to make it not only classic ramen, but we also, chef here has a lot of background with different cuisines, so we wanted to make it our own signature style ramen. And presentation is very important too. So just being in the short north is something that I always thought, and gosh, it'd be really cool to have a restaurant down there. So to say that I actually get the opportunity to do it is an honor.
And I personally have a huge passion for ramen after going to David Chang's restaurant Momofuku in New York with my son on a spring break several years ago. Ever since then, wherever I travel, every place in Columbus, I've tried every ramen. And here in Columbus, going out to eat, I just was like, man, I feel like I could make ramen and I could put my own fun twist on it and just make and create beautiful food. If I had to sum up what Ampersand is for us, is just passion to have great hospitality and make amazing food and just be the best ramen place in Columbus.
Gave us the Top New Restaurant Awards. That was an honor and exciting. It felt like that was like our first goal, was to get that recognition. And Asterisk in Westerville is doing really, really well. Like our sales were booming. And then all of a sudden, there's word that like we might have to shut down, and you just don't even believe it's happening. And we're in the restaurant industry. It's targeting everybody, but the fact that we can't have people come in anymore, and it's devastating. And slowly we're seeing neighbors close and lots of businesses going out of business, and I truly feel sorry for the places that literally just opened. So I'm thankful we had at least a year to get our name out there. We take extra steps, and we want to be really clean and do whatever it is to get people in here.
And we have a pretty small staff, so we've coached everyone in the proper ways to clean and sanitize the tables after every use, the menus, like Megan was saying, the pins, the touchable screens, the whole 9 yards. We've really gone above and beyond to really ensure that to our guests that we have a clean environment. And I think when guests come in here, they don't realize that Megan is the owner. Oftentimes people refer to her as like the host lady at the front or something.
I'm a really good host.
But she's honestly one of the hardest working people I've ever met. I've never worked for anyone that works as hard as she does. And to have a passion to just serve people is very rare at this day and age. To be so humble to do it and have such a powerful voice in the Westerville community and having a spot here in the Short North, I think it speaks volumes to her as a businesswoman and a local entrepreneur. the fungus among us, which is our mushroom broth ramen. This is locally resourced mushrooms. We make the broth, it's about a 12-hour broth. We marinate our tofu for 24 to 48 hours, and just tons of roasted vegetables and mushrooms, really fun. This is our tonkatsu broth. Tonkatsu means pork bone or pork bone broth. This is our 30-hour soup. A lot of love goes into this broth. Pork belly, we braise for about 4 hours and slice it and throw it on a griddle. The takana is a pickled mustard green. It has katsubushi in it as well, and a little bit of burnt garlic oil. Here is our egg roll, which everyone who's ever had it has said it's the best egg roll they've ever eaten. We do about 90% pork, which is like usually tons of egg rolls are just cabbage and filler, but our filler is pork, so there's a lot of pork in there. The sweet chili ginger sauce is a vegan sauce that I stole from my twin brother Jeremy, and he's also a chef. And then this is our tuna dunburi bowl. It's a dunburi rice bowl. It's ahi tuna, wasabi, soy lime vinaigrette, roasted tomatoes, cucumbers, corn, some fresh avocado, katsubushi, and a little bit of nori.
This is our Japanese old fashioned. So we get these special sugar cubes. We make our own ice. So we start with a really big block, and then we cut it down into these perfect little cubes, and then we put our own little stamp in it.
The whiskey is infused with shiitake mushrooms.
Come try the ramen. It is one of those dishes that even if you've never had ramen before, that you'd be like, oh my gosh, like what are these flavors? It's like the definition of umami, which is pretty much you just want more and more of it. I'm excited for you to come in and try it, and hopefully you'll be a regular. I'm Megan Ada, and we're at my restaurant, Ampersand Asian Supper Club.
My name is Joshua Cook.
And we are proud members of Ohio Restaurant Association.